Strain. As always, we're grateful for the musical stylings of Daniel Arizona and the Paranoid Strain Orchestra, and indebted to the dulcet Northern European interjections of Ms. Dana Unicorn. Big Mucho as the Chad who never dangles, and Willem UFO draws the pretty pictures and mixes one hell of a screaming Viking. I'm Fearful Jesuit. Thanks for listening. Next time, we'll start a quick, breezy 75-part look at conspiracies derived from the folk tales of the Assiniboine peoples of northern Saskatchewan. Until then, remember, the world is chaotic, but it's not out to get you. Or at least, not you.
Hey, when is it our turn?
Dana, what's happening?
I think Daniel Arizona and the Paranoid Strain Orchestra are attempting to hijack the show.
Dana, they can talk? I thought they just played instruments and sang. I mean, what are we paying them for?
You're not actually paying them. They're doing this for free. But I'm not sure why you're asking me when they're right there.
Fair enough. Mr. Arizona, I was kind of in the middle of wrapping up the show, but what can I do for you?
The boys and I want to know when it's our turn.
Ah, when you say the boys, I'm assuming that's the orchestra?
Yep, that's Moisty on lead guitar.
Hi there.
Turd Ferguson on bass.
Howdy.
Lucifer Jones on drums.
Hey.
Squonkus on sax.
How's it going?
And QHG.
Paranoid Strain Keyboard Hero.
Yeah, I'm vaguely familiar with their names, but what's the problem? I just thanked you all for your musical stylings.
Yeah, that's great and all, but we've been working on our own conspiracy thing.
You want to pitch a show topic? I don't want to pull rank here, but that's kind of my deal.
No, we want to tell a story. Through song!
But you do that all the time. Inevitably, your little ditties concern whatever conspiracy we're currently covering.
No, you're not getting it. We want to do a rock opera.
Like one of those bloated 1970s gatefold double album things where rock stars sniff their own farts and indulge their worst instincts to tell a simple story in the most baroque, roundabout, smugly self-regarding way possible. Like some real, look at me, I'm an artist shit.
Nailed it.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
On one hand, it's very uncomfortable to me, as the only woman associated with this nonsense, to constantly be the sole voice of reason. And yet, I still feel I must ask, is this a good idea?
Probably not.
But it's gonna rock!
Fine, but I'm not singing.
We'll see. Meantime, I know I said I was going to dust the wheel of arbitrary episode starting points, adjust the levels on the justified conspiracy alarm, and debug computer guy, but I think I need to help with the rock opera thing, so could you maybe do it for me? Pretty please?
I swear to God.
So, Mr. Arizona, what's your big rock opera idea? I assume I'm the main character? Am I more Pink from The Wall or Deaf, Dumb, Blind Tommy? Kilroy? Mr. Roboto? Chris Gaines?
As sad as this will be for you, it's actually not centered around Fearful Jesuit. It all starts with a young man named Bart.
Last name?
Nope, he's an everyman.
Got it. What's this Bart cat all about?
Well, he's an idealist, a real believer in the American dream.
Grew up in Utah. Joined the military right after high school. Did a tour in Afghanistan.
Didn't see a lot of action, but came back a little disillusioned by the experience. Bin Laden was long dead. What were he and his buddies even doing there?
Retires from the army and becomes a civilian just in time for the Trump years, when the whole country really seemed to be losing its shit. He remembers what seemed like a simpler time.
Back in elementary school, when he saw first the towers fall, and then the country come together.
Wait, is he gonna turn out to be a 9/11 truther?
Not exactly. He's actually a fan of your show, and he's heard all of your arguments about why none of that makes sense, but he's still haunted.
Yeah, by the idea that there's something going on behind the scenes. That someone has to be responsible.
It's too scary for him to believe that no one's actually behind the steering wheel.
So, in September of 2020, he makes a sort of pilgrimage to the World Trade Center Memorial in New York.
And that's where we come into the story. with a bunch of contradictory voices in his head, including your show and the lingering sense that coming together after 9/11 should have made the country better, but didn't.
But also the insidious voices of all those truthers and other conspiracy theorists.
Who seem to have an explanation for everything.
And who promised to make his life meaningful.
By giving him an important role, fighting a life and death struggle against a conspiracy threatening the country he loves.
If only he could make himself believe that all of it is true.
Wow, that's much more thought out than I expected. Well, I, for one, can't wait to hear what happens to Bart next in this very special presentation of the Paranoid Strain rock opera 9116.
Paranoid strain, it's come back again. Paranoid strain, with a brand new refrain. This time it's a bunch of songs. We hope that you will sing along. Paranoid, 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 paranoid,
Well. So, what exactly are we doing here? What?
Do you remember the first time you tried Thickards?
There's something odd about Thickards.
Thickards?
Thickards.
Thickards?
Thickards.
Thickards?
Thickards.
Thickards? Yeah.
The thing about Thickards, though, it's less about the flavor. You know, people really get hung up on the flavor, Chad. They get hung up on the consistency, the flavor, but they're missing the point.
They're overthinking it.
They're overthinking the Thickards.
Don't overthink it.
Here's what's happening. It was all fun and games until they started to get an understanding of quantum malarkey, Chad. Quantum malarkey. We joke about it. Oh, that's funny. It's a funny concept. Oh, quantum malarkey. You know, it's the general explanation for all the weirdness and all the craziness happening in the world. Oh, yeah, it's those Chads. And they're like, it's all real, Chad. It's all real, Chad. Chad, how do we commune with the other side, Chad? Because we do it regularly. There is a secret method to communing with that which we shall not speak too deeply about. Well, quantum malarkey.
Slip off your fuck me pumps and go roll around in a field of shit me nuts.
And how do we get there, Chad? By imbibing a special substance. The fresh
Thickards, yeah.
Quantum malarkey.
They dry the shit me not flowers.
Well,
into a powder.
Careful, we don't want to give away the entire recipe because it really can be dangerous.
Yeah.
If they only knew the bliss, the relaxation of just not being intelligent. Quantum malarkey.
People have always been scheming and having conspiracies against each other.
This is great. Garden of Eden, the forbidden apple.
Yeah.
We have to keep reaching for the forbidden apple.
You know, it's so crispy, and it's a Granny Smith. It's tart.
I do like a tart apple.
Well, with some blue cheese.
Oh God, a little salt on it, maybe just a little
soft,
sprinkle.
Not crumbly.
No.
Soft blue cheese. Do you use bath salts when you cook?
I snort bath salts regularly.
While you're cooking?
You don't put salt in your bathtub, Chad?
You snort it.
What are you, poaching yourself? What are you, an egg?
What are you, a prune?
What are you, corned beef? Chad, salts go in the mouth and the nose, Chad. Well, we did a lot of bath salts back in the day, Chad.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time, Chad, that we impart this well-kept secret of ours on how to achieve this level of bliss.
Yeah.
And maybe convey the power of imbibing Thickards to experience the malarkey in its true sense.
Yeah. Positive affirmations are not going to do it. You're going to have to actually do something.
Well, I mean, you probably shouldn't be eating this shit anyway, because it smells horrible, Chad. I mean, let's be honest. This is going to be an uphill battle trying to get people to consume this material. Yeah, maybe you're right.
I don't think. Yeah,
right. I mean, people do some pretty horrible things to themselves in the name of getting high as it is.
Candies that are sweetened with
inulin, xylitol.
Gives you the shits.
I was on that Skatkins diet. Somebody gave me Yeah, somebody gave me a bag of those chocolates. You're gonna love these. It's gonna keep you inside the Skatkins envelope. You know, you're like in the induction phase. You got all these phases, and all you're gonna just eat pig snouts and shit. And somebody says, "But hey, I gotta say, you can have some chocolate. This chocolate. There's no carbs in this chocolate. Eat this chocolate." I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try it.
How long before it hit?
Well, the problem was I'd been on Skatkins for about 3 weeks, and this was my first bite of chocolate.
Man.
I take the first bite, my body's like, must eat all of the Skatkins chocolates.
Yeah.
Right now.
Ripped it from his hands.
I ripped them from his hands.
Cold,
violently.
dead hands. His cold, dead
I violently threw him to the ground, and I ran in the opposite directions with the Skatkins chocolates. Went to my hidey hole. Consumed all of these chocolates, Chad.
Yeah.
And then it happened, Chad.
Yeah.
Imagine old plywood applied to a wall that has been through like a massive flood. It's completely wet.
Wet.
Imagine it being nailed down pretty solid. Imagine the sound of wet plywood being yanked from a wall very slowly. That's what it sounded like under that stairwell that day. So overall, though, Chad, again, another example of us trying to achieve a state of bliss.
Yeah.
It took us so long to reach this point. We've tried so many avenues. The Skatkins chocolates, the bath salts.
Keto.
I
don't even know what that means.
But we found something that works.
Yeah.
And I think maybe, Chad, it's time for us to convey that to the rest of the world and give them this amazing experience.
Really don't mind if you sit this one out. I'll get off at your flag kid sure plays a mean tune. Pittsburgh. Like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone in the morning. Is no restart. Something I'd like to learn. Result. Victoria. 800. Ziggy played guitar. Don't wanna be an American idiot. Oh, mercy, mercy me. Music.
I admit, the world has completely gone crazy in the past year. But that still doesn't mean the solution is to believe even crazier shit you hear on the internet in response. Now more than ever, it's vital that we keep our heads, listen to experts, and do what we can to stop the spread of both this virus and the irresponsible stories about the imaginary fraud in the upcoming election, before this whole thing gets out of hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, September 11th Museum is closed due to COVID, but you are welcome to pay respects at the outdoor memorials.
Well, it's true. The memorial is beautiful. All these names, nobody I know, but they all could have been my neighbors. Jesus, why am I here? Why did I drive across the country just to stand here? For what exactly? I just feel so tired.
After all the trouble, after all the years, baby, it's now or never, never again the tears. Winds change our blowing, the world spins round and round. Jump up in the sky, and you never hit the ground. I said, think twice. I said, think twice. We've changed the way we look at each other. Everlasting truth has been discovered. We will not rest until we have pulled down all that we built and done together now. It's time to clean the rubble until it's all made clear. Bury dead below us, put away those fears. The ground that moves so slowly, the bones get pushed about, dance around in circles among the rocks and stones. They sing, hey, hey, I say, hey, we've changed the way we relate to one another. Our innocence will never be recovered. We will not rest until we have pulled down all that we made and achieved together now. We want to know everything about the towers coming down. We want to know, we want to know, we want to know now. We want to know everything that we weren't told. We want to understand why the center it couldn't hold. We want to know everything that you won't explain. How could jet fuel melt steel beams from just one plane? How can a jet plane hit a building without any wings? How can it penetrate all three rings and not leave a trace? We want the truth. We want the truth. Why is there a hole in the ground? We want some answers. We want some facts. Why do you keep shooting us down?
Diary, September 11th, 2020. Just visited the memorial. Such a beautiful tribute. But I couldn't stop thinking about the waste of human lives and potential. And I know how it happened. Shit, I saw it like everybody else on live TV. And I heard that fearful guy walk me through why it wasn't a conspiracy. But there's part of me that still has questions. Fuck. I'm not getting any answers today. Gotta get my mind off this shit. Where does a guy go in New York City to get hammered?
Another bottle rolling on the floor. Another night like the one before. Give me more tequila, cause the whiskey's gone. I didn't mean to hurt no one. I feel a burn starting in my chest. My head spins as I decompress. Everyone around me already knows tonight I'm getting El Toro. If this is life, then what is dying? I wanna know. And if it's love, then why we crying? It's gotta go. I didn't know a good life could go so wrong. You never miss a good thing till it's gone. Oh baby, I'm moving on. Another bottle rolled around my head. Another night wishing I was dead. No more tequila, cause I think I'm done. I didn't mean to hurt no one. If this is life, then what is dying? I wanna know. And if it's love, then why am I crying? Now it's gotta go. I didn't know a good life could go so wrong. You never miss a good thing till it's gone. Oh baby, I'm moving on. Oh baby, I'm
Boy, oh boy, Chad, let me tell you, them thickets are looking awfully good today, boy. Let me tell you.
Paul, I got an idea.
What did I do? Chad, what did I tell you about all them ideas, Chad?
I haven't been overthinking. It was just a very fast, fleeting moment.
Underthunk, overconfident.
Do you think the people on the party line might want some of these thickards?
Well, who doesn't want thickards, Chad?
Thickards.
Everybody everybody likes thickards, Chad. It's nature's special treat.
Minnie Pearl and Roy Clark both eat them.
Well, it goes way back, Chad. It goes back all the way back 132 years when great-grand Chad
and great-uncle Chad.
Great-uncle Chad, Uncle Grandpa Chad had the wherewithal to create this amazing delicacy that we like to call thickards.
Bubbling thickards on the stove. You know, we sell them down at the...
You mean the country kitchen? The country corner?
Yeah.
Well, of all the cornucopia of delicious items at the country corner, boy, I gotta tell you, our most popular items are thickards. We get people from all over the county.
The chunky bags full of thickards. Keep them sealed until you get home. Don't open them in your car.
Boy, yeah, don't open up that Ziploc before you get home, boy. Make sure you got that fan blowing. I think we need them to understand that based on the unique set of ingredients, it produces an aroma that's both attractive and abhorrent at the same time, which elicits an emotional state that not many people are familiar with.
It really resets your outlook on things.
It really does. And people from all over the world come. They need their outlook reset. They look around, they observe their environment, and they don't understand why things are happening the way they're happening.
Look, Karl Marx thought he was smart, but every redneck knows the truth that you're fucked.
There's nothing you can do. There's no escape from the parameters that have been set by the oligarchy.
Unless you eat thickers, then you can see the bars of the cage.
You can see them. You can swiggle your way through them. You can go inside. You can go outside.
With each pouch of thickers, with each gallon Ziploc freezer bag full of thickers, and we promise none of them are freezer burned, there comes a little packet of seeds of shit-me-nots. You can start your own field of shit-me-nots.
Start your own family tradition of cultivating the ingredients to this American classic.
Yeah.
But remember, it's a ceremony. It's like one of them Chinese tea ceremonies. You know, you got the special utensils.
Take your time.
You got the special vacuum-sealed thicker receptacles.
You got a special field of flowers back behind the parking lot.
You must recite a particular phraseology.
I shit you not.
I shit you not. Boy, them some good thickards. I shit you not.
Yeah.
This is real.
Oh, it's real.
And what is reality, Chad? If somebody takes a shit in the woods, does it make a sound?
Well,
how's it go?
If the Pope shits in the woods, do all the priests get absolution for molesting the children?
Why does your reality got to be my reality, Chad? It doesn't matter. You grab a nice ladle of Thickers and your reality is the reality.
Did you say urea-ality?
Hey, careful now. We don't want to spill the beans on all the ingredients here.
Spill the beans. All night spilling the beans.
Well, I think maybe we've spilled too many beans on this. Here's the problem, Chad, is we're making them overthink this, and it really is a simple concept. You come down to the country corner, you follow the easy-to-read instructions,
yep,
and you imbibe a little Thickers, and all your problems go away, Chad. They're going to love it. You're going to love Thickers.
If you don't know how to get here, you send a self-addressed stamped envelope, care of Bud Abbott, to a lockbox in Grand Central Station in New York. He's got a map. He's going to send you a little map. It's on a placemat.
Well, Chad, why can't our listeners use bubble maps on their SmartBerry?
Well, that sends you driving off into a lake when you try to come here, because there's no bridge where they say.
What I understand is what they haven't updated bubble maps in a while, and it tells you to take a left at Devil's Dick when you should take a right.
Yeah.
Then you hit over there to Satan's Chode.
Yeah.
The road's washed out a little bit.
But if you can manage to get a lift on the Witch's Turd Ferry, you can float on down.
That's right. And bubble maps ain't got none of that information in it. You're just going to go sideways.
No.
So send in the ladder. We'll send you a map. Come on down. Let me tell you, Thickers are hot. They're bubbling. They're waiting for you.
Shit. My head. Where am I?
You're waking up in the middle of a public park in Hoboken, brother. Where'd you start out?
Manhattan. Fuck. Car's probably towed.
Could be. Looks like you tied one on pretty good last night, huh?
Yeah. Went to the 9/11 memorial, and it fucked me up. I still just can't understand how it happened.
You mean why Bush did 9/11?
I'm not so sure about that. What's your name, guy?
Friends call me Hacky Sack. And I think I've got the cure for what ails you.
Hey brother, see you sitting all alone. So why the sad face? I can tell you're a long way from home. I'll show you another place. 'Cause the world is just what you make it. It can be just what you want to be. Disagree, say they faked it. This is our new reality. Stay stupid 'cause we're homeschooled. We believe in God. Science is just a bunch of rules. It's a far from sound. 'Cause it's not the world and they hate that. It's never theirs and it belongs to us. Stand up proud and just take that. It's ours by right and want it on and on. The world is just what you make it. It could be just what you want to do. They disagree, then they faked it. This is our new reality.
I don't know, man. I gotta get back to Utah.
Want to ride to the impound lot?
Nah, that piece of shit was just rust holding hands. Let it rot. I'm taking the next bus.
You do you, brother. But if you want a little taste of excitement and to learn about how the world really works, I'm meeting up with the wicked messiahs in Moab in a couple weeks. We're headed to Mexico to pick up some merchandise. Use a good man like you. Just think about it.
I'll think about it.
Hope to see you there.
Utah Station. Please gather your bus and thank you for taking Greyhound.
Walking through his hometown, he doesn't have a place to go. Nothing looks familiar to him. He wishes it weren't so. Passing through an open door, he closes both his eyes. Nobody knows quite what to speak when the dead man comes alive. People he meets, they stop and greet him, but he just says goodbye. Nobody knows quite what to think when the dead man comes alive. And he walks on and on and on and on, on and on and on, on and on and on and on, on and on and on, on and on and on and on, on and on and on, on and on and on and on,
Diary, September 20th, 2020. I'm back home. But what am I doing here? Everybody's either moved on or settled down with a wife and kids and a 9 to 5. I've never been less settled. I need some adventure. I need answer to these questions I have. I need all this to make sense. I think I'm going to Moab.
Hey, Chad, I think we're gonna have to take a different tack if you want to get the yuppies and the urban professionals and the...
Too late, Chad. Have you seen how I've popped my collar?
Oh, yeah.
We're already there, Chad.
I took my socks off.
My topsiders are stinky. My collar is popped, Chad. It's time to ride the Thickard's yacht, Chad.
You're looking especially jocular today.
So basically, Chad, we just wanted to talk to the audience a little bit about how Thickard's consumption has taken hold around the country, Chad.
You know why the preppy yacht crowd is especially ready for Thickard's? As they get older and just pick the power and privilege that's theirs already.
That's right.
They get thicker.
Chad, the 80s are still alive with Thickard's.
Yeah, the 80s.
Reaganomics worked, Chad.
Yeah.
When you eat the Thickard's, it's like we've turned back the clock 35, 40 years, Chad. We're back. We're back.
Steely Dan, you don't know what they're talking about. You don't realize that...
Doesn't matter.
Steely Dan is a dildo in a Williams Burroughs novel.
It's the groove, Chad. Why are you listening to the lyrics, Chad? Why are you thinking so much? What happened to Dumb Luck?
Jazzy chords and shit.
Chad, the music you play is not about whether it resonates with you. It's about what it makes you look like, Chad, when other people see you listening to it.
That's right.
Come on, get with it. We're on the yacht, Chad.
Yeah.
Check out the news, Chad. Turns out FDR actually knew in advance about Pearl Harbor.
Synchronize your swatches.
Chad, it's time to synchronize our swatches because stuff's going down, Chad.
Hold on, my jams are misaligned.
All we want to do is convey to our audience, Chad, the more Thickard's you eat, the more secrets will be revealed. Although, I must correct the copy that was provided to us by parties unknown. The secrets aren't being revealed, Chad.
Yeah.
Reality is being
showing itself.
Showing
its ass.
Reality is being rear-ended as we speak.
Backfilled.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wait, what are those lunatics talking about? Is this real? They're saying they made those bullshit conspiracies come true?
Well, when we contacted the Chads, they were super enthusiastic. Kept talking about how this was their big opportunity to use their quantum malarkey time infundibulator or something.
Yeah, they seem to think they could use the January 6th riots as a portal to bring quantum malarkey into the real world.
Didn't you think that was dangerous?
Sorta, but we needed them for the interstitials in the rock opera.
Did you maybe check to see if they actually have a time machine and are going back to 2020 and, like, destroying reality or something?
I think somebody else was supposed to check on that. Like, Dana, maybe?
Unbelievable.
We were mostly working on fucking rocking.
Guy, you have anything to add here?
Keyboard Guy says, at least it's just small conspiracies.
Well, sure, so far.
Hush, Jesuit. Bart's headed south.
boys with no place we call home. A rolling army of trolls and gnomes, yeah. We make a war against the holy rollers. We are liberty's first foot soldiers. The last of the Minutemen who died in the field, yeah. Our back is home, our country on wheels, man. But you look around and you know it. What's lost and found will show it. You hear that sound, it's echoing. Just look around. 'Cause you know that this life is better than nothing. You got to fight for your food and your brothers. We are your friends and there are no others. Just look around, yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause if you wanna rock, you better rock hard, you better rock hard. 'Cause if you wanna rock, you better rock hard, you better rock hard. No, 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 no. Better rock hard. Give it to me, baby. Come on now. Better rock hard, you better rock hard. Learn to shoot. Learn to shoot. Learning to shoot.
Learning to shoot?
Who's that big motherfucker?
That's Rabid Rabbit, leader of the Messiahs. He's gonna want to talk to you before he lets you head south with us.
I'm not here to fucking audition.
Nothing like that. Just talk to the man.
What do we have here? What's all of this? Who brought the stranger here into our midst? Did I say you could do that? Didn't I say no? No! 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 What can you offer me? You look so weak. What can I offer you? What is it you seek? Do you think I can do that? Who told you so? So. They call me Rabbit because of my overbite. I like to bite a boy like a chew, if you understand me, right? Come on, we gotta get some goodies from old Mexico. So let's go.
Diary, September 27th, 2020. What the fuck am I doing here? I'm not a biker or a drug dealer, but these guys, feels like they're onto something. A lot of them know stuff about this QAnon thing. All these government assholes and movie stars are doing something with kids, something dark. They say Trump's gonna fix it. I don't trust that comb-over asshole one bit, but some of what they're saying, it makes more sense than the fucking news. I don't know. Gonna stay with them until Mexico, at least. At least that way, I know what I'm doing for a week or two.
Hola, señor.
Hola.
Comida, los mierdas.
Esto sabe horrible.
Padre Pato no tiene pelo, pero él son perro.
¿Qué diablos es esto?
¿Qué? Me gusto.
So, Chad, don't you hate when you have conversations like this down south of the border?
Me gusto. Tickers. Me gusta tickers. ¿Dónde está la cocina? Hola, abierto. Tickers.
Wait, what? La grate de que mi cocina.
Mi cocina?
Well, sometimes, Chad, we do hear this from our Spanish-speaking brethren south of the border. What is this? What does it taste like? Why are you in my kitchen?
¿Por qué?
And now that we're getting close to Stinkhole de Mayo, it's time to think about some delicious new recipes.
Thicker's tacos. Thicker's Bel Grande.
Right.
Mucho más.
Ooh, muy thicadilla.
Have you been to the Thicadilla?
So, Chad, you remember back when we were young, traveling with our family down south and visiting the various hole-in-the-wall thicadillas? We'd always get the same questions, or we'd try to articulate the same questions like, ¿Qué mundo es esto? Which, of course, is, what the hell is this? Well, it's Thicker's, Chad, but once they taste it tastes delicious.
You know, the first time I ever went in a pupuseria, I thought they were going to serve Thicker's. Because obviously a pupuseria should serve Thicker's, but they serve pupusas.
That's right.
Pupusas are delicious, but they don't give you that same insight.
Esto sabe horrible. These are just some of the fine comments and feedback we receive down south when we go to our thickerias.
We've opened a chain of thickerias in Tijuana.
That's right, Chad, and boy, are they delicious. We've heard so many great things from our clients, like esto sabe horrible. And boy, let me tell you, we don't know exactly what they're saying, but the smile on their faces give it away, Chad. Our friends down south love Thicker's, Chad.
It's a smile that shows a lot of teeth.
Saco esto de mi taco. Which I assume means, give me a little bit more of this in my taco.
No me gusta. No hay.
Mi hijo es saco ahogando. I don't know if that means my child is choking to death or if it means, hey, can you pass me some more Thicker's tacos, Chad?
Yeah.
I shit you not, Chad. The magic words that help us convey the truth that Bush knew about 9/11. And the government scientists revealed the connection between chemtrails and the HARP stations in Alaska to control the weather.
Yes. Bush knew.
Bush weighs a 911.
Everything is so surreal, and I'm not sure what's even real. 'Cause I know I'll never know. Que sera, sera. My life is changing oh so fast. Past isn't dead, it's not even past. But it flows oh so slow. Que sera, sera.
The fuck's up with these guys? I thought we were gonna get the merchandise and split.
No, brother, these are the shamans. They gotta make sure we're on their vibe before they trust us. Here, let this dissolve on your tongue. They want to meet with you personally, but you gotta get right first. You get me?
Yeah, I get you. What the fuck? Gimme.
it's the truth, but if you pursue it to the root, then you will always be right. So there are things that we can see, but if you can kick it with your feet, then you will always be someone. Is that a kitty cat in the box, or just a shitty old pair of socks? Then you will have to look some, because it's become fashionable to forget about love. You can rely on, rely on, rely on.
Has the modern world got you feeling tense and confused? Do you suffer from headaches because you suspect friends and relatives are in league with Bill Gates and the lizard people who created the fake COVID China virus? Are your children's school, your workplace, and the local grocery store trying to enslave your family by making you wear a mask? Are you having trouble convincing others that the so-called vaccines that are coming out made of human fetuses to give you 5G cancer force you to time travel and track your movements even though President Trump tried to stop them? Well, I'm Dr. Chad Stevens, And I'm happy to tell you that there is a cure. All Natural Malarkator is a homeopathic, non-pharmaceutical remedy made of pure natural thickers.
Hold on, they're trying to slip in some homeopathy.
Who let this guy in? This unique formulation doesn't impact your symptoms. After all, you're the one who's done the research. Instead, Malarkator literally reshapes the world around you, so reality itself comports with your well-researched ideas. The more you consume, the more you get to say, "I told you so," to your smarty
If they
pants
know
nieces.
that we're talking and somehow we change accents in the middle of it.
This is not human language.
You're going to get me so riled up I'm going to clip.
This is contextually ambiguous.
It's textually.
This has been ambiguated.
I want meat. I don't want vegetable protein.
That's correct, sir.
Textured vegetable protein.
So anyway.
Now, we all know that food is medicine.
Food is medicine, Chad. It's a matter of the combination of the different components of the food, prepared a certain way, chanting a certain verse.
That's why we traveled to Afghanistan with the Halliburtons to start up our ship-me-not farm.
That's the thing, Chad.
Well, some people
they
say
don't understand
plantations.
what they don't understand. There's a couple of key ingredients that if we leave out of the thickers, you will not achieve this lucid state that we have bathed in for generations up in the hills.
If you're going to try to synthesize it and create it in a lab, just the way they created that virus.
That's right, that's right.
Based on a genome, a recipe, and what are they calling it?
Malarkator.
Malarkator. So you're never going to have dumb luck.
Well, why must we take the ship-me-nots and distill it down and reduce it and add things to it and combine it and mix compound substances, everything else, and
it just
compress it down to a pill?
More addictive. It just makes
That's
it
what
more
I'm trying
addictive.
to say, Chad. We've had solutions to these problems of these viruses, of these thickers that we've been doing in the hills for generations, Chad. Now come along the big pharma companies. Well, don't take that pill, because that pill, there's something wrong with that pill.
No.
You haven't had a double-blind study of that pill. We got to
need to eat them thickers.
Even though thickers have been approved by the WHO for generations, millions of people, the antiviral properties of thickers supersede those of these brand new medicines that are coming out that are revolutionary.
If you powder, dried powder
it. Chad, they're reinventing something that's been around for 500 years, Chad.
And sometimes I put it all over my body, and it cleans up my fungal infections as well as my viral infections.
Well, I got an ointment that I made that might help that a little bit.
Anointment. Like Jesus.
Right, it's an anointment.
Was anointed.
So anyway, back to the script at hand. The more you consume, the more you get to say, "I told you so," to your smarty pants nieces and nephews as all the Q drops come true.
Q drops.
So don't just rant on the internet, do more with Malarkator.
Do more with Malarkator.
Diary, October 10th, 2020. Fuck. I've been here 2 weeks, and I barely remember. It's all flashes, just images. Me and Hack taking whatever the hell drugs those were, that sweat lodge, Iguana and his mystical bullshit. Only, was it bullshit? I don't know. I've never felt like I understood less about the way things work. But it's also like all the answers to everything are just out of reach. Somehow I'm starting to feel a sense of purpose, which was more than skeptics like Fearful ever gave me. I told the Messiahs I'm headed off to LA. Heard about this locked and loaded group called the Underground that's planning to shake shit up. Sounds like a good plan to me. All I know is I feel better than I have in years. There's a purpose waiting out there for me. I just need to grab it and hold on.
seen everything. They don't tell you all, they don't tell you, they don't tell you all. They told me everything. Oh, it's so hard to me. It's so hard to me. But oh, I feel it, oh, I feel it, oh. Oh, I feel it, oh, I feel it, oh. Oh, I feel it, oh, I feel it, oh.
Guys, hate to break in here, and by the way, this Bart story is super interesting, but I have real concerns about the Chads destroying the space-time continuum.
Yeah, that's our bad.
Paranoid Strain Orchestra maybe should have thought twice before giving those guys ideas.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this, and I believe we're okay even if they temporarily make some of the sillier conspiracies come true, like chemtrails, as long as they don't seriously undermine reality. Like, I'm sure it's not possible, but if they can convince nutjobs to choke down enough thickards, they could conceivably bring a sufficient amount of quantum malarkey into our world, thus potentially causing the dumbest conspiracy in the world to overtake reality.
You mean?
I do indeed.
But that's impossible.
I'd like to think so, but I made Dana run the numbers.
About that, I'm not actually a scientist, and I don't know how this equipment is supposed to work. But from what I can tell, if they get enough people to eat those disgusting thickards before this album ends, it could happen. They could turn the world flat.
I get it. The risk is too great. We should cut this whole album short to save the world from destruction. Obviously.
Well, let's not do anything rash. These are some great tunes. We'll put a pin in the flat Armageddon scenario for the moment.
Really?
But back to Bart's storyline, I get from the title of this album that it's going from 9/11 to the 1/6 Capitol riot.
He cracked the code.
But it seems like we're leaving out a lot of the stuff that made 2020 such a weird time. For example, where's the song about the coronavirus?
Way ahead of you, FJ.
Corona Racha is good for you. Corona Racha is good for me. Corona Racha keeps you free to do whatever you like to. It's good for you and it's good for me, as long as you don't take the vaccine, cause it will steal your God gene and make you a Microsoft zombie. Corona Racha, never fear. Corona Racha, want you near. Corona Racha, life's a beach and then you die. Like you're a clown, don't have to wait until the lockdown. Put on your pants and the kids to school. Travel whenever you want to. Corona Racha is good for you. Corona Racha, good for me. Corona Racha, keep you free to do whatever you like to.
Anything else?
Well, surely Trump's deep state mania deserves a mention.
Sure does.
Gaslighting, it's so frightening. You don't know who you are. Gaslighting.
So, all bases covered now?
The Russia and Ukraine scandals?
Keyboard guy says, let's do the Putin polka.
No obstruction, no collusion. Here's a summary to reach the conclusion.
stand corrected. So what happens next to Bart?
Well, last we checked, he was headed to LA.